I'm going to be resetting the entire NHL, but turning the salary cap off so we have complete madness across the league. We are going to be randomizing my position here. I am controlling the Edmonton Oilers, and we are going to be selecting first in the fantasy draft, so you already know the player that I am going to take for the Oilers. The captain currently in real life, where is my daddy at? 99 overall, 27-year-old, no movement clause for Connor McDavid. Welcome back to Edmonton, buddy. Now, we also got to look at building this roster and building around Connor McDavid. I don't want to take young players. This will probably be like a 5-year sim. I'm thinking of taking like players that are in their prime right now, possibly even a netminder. I mean, we got Sorokin, Demko, Allmark, Saros. Saros is only 29 years old, as well as Ilya Sorokin, but Sorokin's got 8 years left on his deal. I actually don't know who I want to take here. We could go a defenseman, but he needs to be re-signed. You know what? Philip Forsberg, the sniper alongside Connor McDavid, $8.5 million. The salary does not matter. I just got to take the best player available. Is Sorokin still there? We'll take Sorokin third pick. Since all of these players are a little bit older, I think I'm going to go with Mattias Ekholm. He's only 34, 88 overall. He should be very good to our roster. So there we go, Mattias Ekholm. We also got back-to-back picks because we're selecting first and 31st. So maybe another defenseman in Jared Spurgeon, although he's pretty old. You know what? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, welcome back to Edmonton. Only 31 years old, 87 overall. Even if I'm not going to play these guys, I want to think of them as maybe trade bait, potentially upgrading my team, because I'm going to have no clue about the other rosters across the league and how good they're going to be. I am staying away from all those older players. I'm looking at a guy like Teuvo Teravainen, possibly Esa Lindell, who's only 36 or 30 years old at an 86 overall. All these guys have no movement clauses too, which is going to be almost impossible to get them to waive that so I can actually move them. We need maybe another forward. We got 3 defensemen already. Granlund would be good. He's only 32 years old. He's a centerman as well. 1 year left on his deal. You know what? I'm going to go with the gritty Sam Bennett. 85 overall, 28 years old, not even 30 yet. He's much younger than Granlund. Welcome to Edmonton. We're going to build a very tight, strong, and hard-nosed team here with the Oilers. Another scoring winger would be nice to add alongside. Maybe Burakovsky, although he's a playmaker, I believe. Jamie Benn, no. Jordan Eberle, he's 34 years old. What about Trevor Moore? Trevor Moore is only 29. We could go with Burakovsky, actually. Andre Burakovsky or Trevor Moore? I think I'm going to take Andre Burakovsky. I'll trust him. There we go. 85 overall. He is a sniper, so he's not a playmaker. That's a beautiful pick for the Edmonton Oilers. Logan Couture, no thank you. McDonough, 35, no thank you. Ryan Hartman's only 29 years old. Loston Krause, there it is. There is the contract and the player that I've been looking for. 27 years old. Literally in the prime of his career. And the next pick I'm going to take here, we are trucking along here. We got 4 centers, 3 left wingers, 1 right winger, 3 defense, and 1 goalie. So I honestly, we could go with another defenseman here. Tyler Myers is a little bit too old. Brent Burns, way too old. Adam Lowry, no thank you. Torrey Krug's 33 years old. Jeff Petrie, no. Fabry, no. What about players with potential? We could go after some of these guys who are younger. Maybe Yamagachuk. I absolutely butchered that name. Maybe TJ Ginlow would be a nice guy to go after. 74 overall, 18 years of age. We'll get the young TJ Ginla, son of Jerome. And here we go. After GM Pasta drafted a roster from scratch, this is what we're rocking with McDavid, Forsberg, and Burakovsky on that first line, followed by Vetrano, Nuge, and Sam Bennett. We got Henrique, Bruce Jenner, and Evander Kane. And then a young guy in TJ Ginla alongside Andres Lee and Loston Krause. Defensively, Ekholm and Alexiak don't really work. Our decor, honestly, is a little bit hurting. I could throw Travis Sanheim up there. Maybe with a guy like Esa Lindell could possibly work a little bit better. We also got Oleksiak there. Yeah, we definitely got to improve our decor just a tad. And in goal, we get a 90 Sorokin with an 82 Laurent Brossoit as our backup. So for the leaders on this team, Mattias Ekholm will get an A. Obviously, Connor McDavid's going to be rocking the C. And another assistant captaincy. You know what? I'm going to give it to Forsberg. A very solid player in Nashville and now the assistant captain of the Edmonton Oilers. First order of business, we got to shore up our decor. So Zach Whitecloud, 82 overall, top 4 D-man. Perfect guy to add to our roster. An absolute no-brainer for the Bruins. And now we just got to go out and find one more D-man. Moving on to the next trade, we're going after Jamie Drysdale, who's only 22 years old, already like an 86 overall in this sim. So he should be able to grow and get better as the years go on. We're giving up a first, second, and a third. I really don't care about the draft picks. They're totally unwilling, really, Buffalo. All right, we're going to have to sweeten the deal just a touch here. Add in another second round pick. Still unwilling. All right, we're going to load up the draft picks here. First, 2 seconds, and another first for Jamie Drysdale. This seems like a sweet proposal on our end, so there we go. The Buffalo Sabres have accepted. So we're going to take a look at the other teams in the league. Devon Taves and Jack Hughes on Anaheim is kind of crazy. The Boston Bruins, they have Charlie McAvoy again. Wyatt Johnston is there. Oh my God, the menu system is so slow and laggy. Sebastian Aho and Mark Stone on Buffalo. Calgary has Fox and Gensel as their top 2 players. The Carolina Hurricanes got Kucherov, Morrissey, and Nichushkin. Bit of a weaker team there in Colorado or wherever it was, Carolina. Chicago, they retaken Connor Bedard, 88 overall. Welcome back to the team. We got Tarasenko for Colorado. They're definitely hurting. Mikko Rantanen on the Blue Jackets. Braden Point will play for the Dallas Stars. Jason Robertson in Detroit. Mo Sizzy is back on the Red Wings. Maybe no longer the Dead Wings, possibly in the sim. We already know Edmonton's roster. Mitch Marner and Alexander Ovechkin will play for Florida. The LA Kings, we got Miro Heiskanen, Matthew Barzal, and Vinny Trocheck. The Minnesota Wild got David Pastrnak at a 96 overall, and also Mark Scheifele on their team. Montreal picks up Kirill Kaprizov, Rope Hintz, Carter Verhaeghe. Bit of a weaker team in Montreal. I mean, they're used to that, as the last few years have stated that. Nylander is the best player on Nashville, as well as Bouchard at a 90. They also got Marty Necas at an 87. Definitely got to upgrade him in my PHL roster. Nathan McKinnon, a newest member of the New Jersey Devils, alongside Tage Thompson and Gustav Forsling. Quinn Hughes will play for the New York Islanders. If we take a look at the Rangers, Cale Makar. So that is interesting. The 2 best defenders in the entire sport will play in New York. We got Artemi Panarin on the Ottawa Senators, as well as Brady Tkachuk. Matthew will play in Philly. That honestly suits him and his play style. Jack Eichel for the Pittsburgh Penguins, as well as Tim Stützle and Thomas Harley. San Jose will get JT Miller and Steven Stamkos at a 92 and 91 overall. Oh, wow. Seattle does not have a good roster whatsoever. Maybe in a few seasons, but right now, they are definitely not looking too great. St. Louis, their best player is Rasmus Dahlin. Crosby is going to play for Tampa Bay, which is kind of crazy. We got Yossi in Toronto as their best player, as well as John Tavares. Clayton Keller's there, Drake Batherson, Mintyukov. Austin Matthews will play for the newest franchise in Utah, just relocated from his hometown. Sam Reinhart's the best player on Vancouver. Pedersen's back in the Canucks as well. We got Barkov in Vegas. Washington will have Victor Hedman. And finally, Leon Draisaitl on the Winnipeg Jets alongside Zach Hyman. And now it's simple. We are going to simulate and see who dominates the new NHL with practically brand new teams. I mean, a lot of players were playing for the teams that they're already playing for, which is very interesting. But overall, these teams are vastly different and should perform very differently also. So at the end of the season, Edmonton will go 48, 28, and 6, 102 points, second in our division behind the Sharks. So we had a very good regular season with this team that I built. I'm pretty confident the Sharks literally were the best team in the league with 56 wins, followed by the Devils. We were third. Carolina was up there. Florida, Calgary, and Pittsburgh all in the top 7. And we got Nashville finishing as the worst team in the NHL, followed by Vancouver, St. Louis, and Philadelphia. Connor McDavid had an outstanding season, 64 goals, 121 points. Philip Forsberg put up 120 playing alongside him, and even Burakovsky with a career-high 102 points. Nugent Hopkins had 70, Frank Vetrano 61, Bruce Jenner was decent, Sam Bennett was all right, and for our goalie, Ilya Sorokin, he only had a .905 save percentage, which is a little bit low, 301 goals against average, 4 shutouts, and 42 wins. Connor McDavid is going to lead the NHL in goals with 64. He would also have the most points at 121. Hand this man his Hart Trophy already. Leon Draisaitl had 120, as well as Forsberg. Patty Kane was up there at goddamn 36 years old. JT Miller was great, 113 points. Stammer rebounded very well with the Sharks. If we take a look at the goal side here, other than McDavid, Robo had 59, Draisaitl 57, Nikita Kucherov 55, Mikko Rantanen 55. Joey Decord will have the most wins by any goalie with 45. Skinner had 44, Sorokin 42, and for the most shutouts, it will go to none other than Tristan Jarry with 8 on the Chicago Blackhawks. And here we go. In year number 1, we got the Battle of Alberta in the first round. That should be absolute fire as we try to go on and maybe potentially win a Stanley Cup in this video. So we do get by Calgary in Game 7 in round number 1. Move on to face the best team in the NHL in San Jose. This is going to be a tough-ass series, dude. I'm not too confident that we're going to get the job done, but I guess we shall see. Well, clearly San Jose was a better team. They dominated us. We only got one win in the series, a 5-game gentleman's sweep, as we have been eliminated in round number 2. The Dead Wings go on, beat San Jose, and win the Stanley Cup in year number 1. That means I honestly don't even know who's on their roster, but we do get to see the Red Wings and possibly Little Caesars Arena lift the Stanley Cup for the very first time. The Vancouver Canucks would win the draft lottery, followed by St. Louis, and then the Nashville Predators. They were the worst team in the league, but ended up falling 3rd in the draft lottery. So as we move in now to season number 2, it looks like we're running back basically the same roster. TJ Ginla, though, he's up to an 81 overall. Forsberg's up to a 92. Burakovsky, 89 after the fantastic seasons they did have. Who knows? Maybe the Oilers are a better team now because of it. Defensively, same exact decor there. And we're still rocking with Ilya Sorokin, who surprisingly went down to an 89 overall. Why? The Edmonton Oilers are going to build off of last season. We were the best team at our division, 52, 20, and 10, 114 points. Very, very good. And again, we're the second best team in the entire league, only behind Buffalo, who did have 4 more wins than us. So the Sabres and their playoff streak, or lack thereof, of making the playoffs has officially ended. The San Jose Sharks were also up here. We got the Rangers with 46 wins, Toronto top 5, Washington at the bottom. The Detroit Red Wings have fallen off the map. Literally after winning the Stanley Cup in year number 1, they are back to being the Dead Wings. What is going on in the NHL right now? Connor McDavid again with a great regular season, 52 goals, 133 points. Forsberg had 110. Burakovsky only with 84 this season. Nugent Hopkins had 83 himself. Bruce Jenner was decent. Even Adam Henrique, 23 goals and 60 points is not even bad for like a 3rd, 4th line player. And Ilya Sorokin, 39 wins, 7 shutouts, and a .909 save percentage. Steven Stamkos will have the most points in the NHL at 135. McDavid will 133. Nathan McKinnon had 123 himself. JT Miller was up there. We got David Pastrnak, Zach Hyman with 114. P. Shorzy has arrived in the NHL, being drafted by Vancouver, and immediately he's a 70-goal man. The most in the NHL, followed by Bedsy, 66. Pasta had 65. Stammer, 61. Zach Hyman had 58. And for the goaltenders here, Skinner had the most wins at 41, and the most shutouts will go to none other than Ilya Sorokin with 7. And now in round number 1, we are going to play the Minnesota Wild. So no Battle of Alberta here in the first round. Hopefully, we can go on and have a very long playoff run and potentially take home a Stanley Cup. Well, no long playoff run for the Edmonton Oilers. A very disappointing outing here in round number 1. In 6 games to Minnesota, man. We don't even win a single round. We were the second best team in the entire league, and this is what happens to us. Well, the Calgary Flames will go on and dominate Toronto in 5 games in the Cup Finals as the Leafs. They made it back for the first time since '67, and they got utterly dominated. Connor McDavid, I mean, he was our best player, 9 points in 6 games. He had 6 goals as well. Nuge had 7, Forsberg 6. Yeah, our offense really just was not kicking in all tires, and there are all cylinders, I should say. And Ilya Sorokin was rotten. Stammer will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross and Hart Trophy. P. Shorzy, the Maurice Richard. Cale Makar will take home the Norris. Fox the Conn Smythe. Joey Decor the Vezina. And we got Nico Hischier on Columbus winning the Selke. The Red Wings, after winning the Cup last season, go from the top of the hockey world to now winning the draft lottery, dead last in the NHL. Chicago will select 2nd, and we got the Nashville Predators yet again 3rd. It does not look like the computers made too many moves in the offseason. McDavid's still a 99. Our first line is absolutely lethal. TJ Ginla's up to an 86 now. Our bottom 6 isn't that great, so maybe we might not have as good of a season. We got Drysdale now up to an 88 overall. Does he work with Sanheim? He doesn't really. I guess I'll leave Sanheim on the second D pair, and Ilya Sorokin is still an 89 overall. Well, the Edmonton Oilers did not take a step back. We did very, very well yet again. 49, 31, and 2, 100 points on the season. 2nd in our division. We had the Tampa Bay Lightning, the best team in the NHL, 52 wins, followed by Toronto, St. Louis, Buffalo, and Vegas. And at the bottom, we have the Nashville Predators. 2 out of the 3 seasons, they have been the worst team. Where is Detroit? I would love to see if the Red Wings made the playoffs. Did the Red Wings make it? Let's see here. Where are the Dead Wings? No. So they went from year number 1 winning the Cup, year 2 being the worst team in the NHL, getting the first overall pick, and now in year number 3, they have made the postseason as the 18th best team in the NHL. and I believe the worst team to make the playoffs as well. Connor McDavid again, 63 goals, 134 points. Philip Forsberg only had 80, so McDavid was more on a carry job this season. Nuge was decent, I guess. Burakovsky's taking a step back. TJ Ginla, 32 goals as a 20-year-old is very, very nice. And for Ilya Sorokin, he had 4 shutouts, a .911 save percentage, and 43 wins. Leon Draisaitl went total bananas in this sim. He didn't have the most goals. That would go to P. Shoresy with 67. Leon did have 64, though. McDavid was up there with 63. Hyman, 58. Pasta, 56. And now on the point side, Draisaitl had the most at 143. We got McDavid. Mark Scheifele having a career high at 34 years old on the Wild. Trevor Zegras put up 116 points himself. Andrei Svechnikov finally lived up to expectations. And for the goalies here, we got Sorokin leading the league in wins with 43. And the most shutouts in the NHL will be a tie between a lot of goalies in the NHL. I mean, a lot of goalies did have 5 this season. And now in round number 1, we got to face the Vancouver Canucks. I'm just praying one of these seasons we can go on a very deep playoff run, potentially play for Lord Stanley. But if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with that as well because I am now Mr. Positive. Luckily, we do get by Vancouver in 6 games in round number 1. Now we move on to the Utah Hockey Club, who do have Austin Matthews on their squad. So McDavid versus Matthews matchup. We beat up on Tummy Ache Matthews and the Hockey Club, move on to the conference finals now against Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's see what will happen here. Chicago's up 2-1 very early on in this series. Potentially, though, we can come back. This is the closest we got to the Cup Finals. We're down 3-2 to the Blackhawks, trying to force a Game 7 back on home ice in Edmonton. Here we go. First period, 2-0 lead, Burakovsky and Esa Lindell. Second period, a 3-2 advantage. As it's only a 1-goal lead here in the third period. The Edmonton Oilers trying to force a Game 7 against the Blackhawks, holding on to this 1-goal lead. Ilya Sorokin power play. There it is. Denisenko, insurance marker on the power play. 4-2 lead for the Oilers. And we will have a Game 7. The best 2 words in all of sports, Game 7. 1-0 lead for the Oilers. Thank you, TJ Ginla. Heading into the third, no, Matt Savoy. We got a 1-1 tie here in Game 7. We're getting dominated, dude. Shots are 34-16. Come on, Edmonton. Come on, McDavid. Where's the leadership? Where are the goals? Where are the points? Power play for the Oilers. There we go. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on Tristan Jarry will take the lead. As soon as I hopped in, TJ Ginla, insurance marker for the Oilers. We got a 3-1 lead. Let's go standard attack. Sit back. We're not going to completely trap it up, but we just got to lock it down, boys. Empty net for the Blackhawks. Less than a minute to go here. In Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, the Edmonton Oilers get a date with destiny and potentially a date in the Stanley Cup Finals. Drysdale, empty net. No, Burakovsky, how did you miss the wide open net, brother? Wake the hell up. Oh, no, Bedard coming in. Bedsy over Logan Cooley, and Ilya Sorokin makes the save. 37 seconds remaining in the third period. Burakovsky, empty net right off the shin pads, just like Ricky, as the Chicago Blackhawks trying to find any offense they can, anything they can squeeze right now. Tippett walking in, blasting one on the net. 20 seconds remaining in the game. The Edmonton Oilers on the verge of going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh no, Sammy Steele, but Ilya Sorokin flashes the leather. 14 seconds to go. Dursey, full pressure for the Blackhawks. It does not matter. They're down by a multi-goal lead. The Edmonton Oilers in year number 3 of this fantasy draft will now be going not all the way, but one step closer to winning it all and advancing to the Stanley Cup Finals as we come back down 3-2 to the Chicago Blackhawks. And now we'll play for the greatest trophy in all of sports. And hopefully we can get it done. If we don't, it honestly might be a disaster and I might resign. Now we have a rematch of 2006 between the Oilers and the Canes for all the marbles. A 7-game series. Let's see what we can do. All right, after 4 games, the series is tied at 2 apiece, heading into a very pivotal game number 5 here in the Stanley Cup Finals. First period, the Oilers have the lead thanks to Philip Forsberg. Second period, no, 3 second period goals by Carolina. They are leading 3-1 in the third. Oh, no. Please don't go up 3-2. Please. Come on, Edmonton. Just grip your stick as hard as you have to. Bite down on the mouthpiece. And, oh, okay, never mind. We are cooked, chat. We are absolutely cooked. Oh, wait. Jamie Oleksiak makes it a 1-goal game. 3 minutes to go. Can we tie it up? Can the Edmonton Oilers tie the game up? No, we fall down 3-2 to the Hurricanes. Here we go. Stanley Cup in the building in Carolina. We get a 2-1 lead after 1, a 2-1 lead after 2. So the Edmonton Oilers and Ilya Sorokin have to shut the door, play some good D, and try to drag the Hurricanes back on a flight to Edmonton for Game 7 of the Cup Finals. Let's see. 9 minutes remaining in the third. No goals at all. Oh, no. Power play for the Hurricanes. Short-handed Andres Lee. I knew I didn't make a mistake. Oh, no. Sharangovich on Ilya Sorokin. Oh, no. 3-2-3. No way. Nikita Kucherov ties the game up. Are you kidding me, dude? Well, here we are in Game 6 overtime. My nerves are shot. The Edmonton Oilers on the verge of history. If we lose, I'm done. That's it. I quit. I'm getting fired. It doesn't matter. We got to drag them back to a Game 7. Come on, Edmonton. There we go. McDavid using his big body. Forsberg on the wall. Phillip coming in. Okay. Okay. Don't get too mad. If I get mad, bad things are going to happen here. Mangiapane moves it up to Nikita Kucherov. Tied the game up late in the third. Kucherov over to Josh Morrissey. In the middle, 1T, and Ilya Sorokin gloves it down. Come on, Edmonton. Win that draw. We got to go full pressure. We can't be trapping it up in overtime. We got to get the offense moving here, Edmonton. Moves it over. Burakovsky. Andre Burakovsky in the middle. Forsberg. McDavid. What a save by Logan Thompson. Mangiapane. Again, shooting with full pressure. And somehow, some way, Logan Thompson again makes a save. We got full pressure, baby. 27 seconds of full pressure. What can we do? Come on, 15-33. 15-33. No, I wanted McDavid. Okay, it doesn't matter. Lindell shooting. Tip in front. He's got no energy. Again, behind the net. Back to the point. 1T, and there it is. Esa Lindell, overtime winner. And we will indeed drag the Carolina Hurricanes back to Alberta for a Game 7. All right, here we go. In Game 7 after 1. It's all knotted up at 1 apiece. Second period. The Oilers hold on to a 3-1 advantage. Come on, Ed. No, Sharangovich will score. Am I going to see Nikita Kucherov tied up for the second straight game? There we go. Jamie Drysdale extends the lead back to 2. Gives us that insurance marker that we desperately needed. Come on, Edmonton. Hold on to this, baby. 4-3. Are you kidding? There's no way. There's no way it's happening again. All right. We have 30 seconds remaining in a 4-3 hockey game. Quentin Musty. Oh, no. Sharangovich. Do not take a penalty. Do not get scored on. McDavid walking in. Connor on the backhand. Come on. We just got to kill the clock. Oh, McDavid killing it down low. Out in front, and Logan Thompson will make the save. 15 seconds remain. Come on, Edmonton. My GM abilities are riding on this victory. We were down 3-2 in the series. It doesn't matter. Back to Lindell. Over. Burakovsky. Shoot it. Okay, we turn it over. 10 seconds to go. Oh, no. 8 seconds. Empty net for the Carolina Hurricanes. Coming in. Mangiapane shooting, nice save, and it does not matter. The Edmonton Oilers, in year number 3 will get the job done as we come back down 3-2 to the Carolina Hurricanes. A rematch of 2006, but we get the better end of it this time as we go all the way. I built this roster from literal scratch with, of course, no salary cap on, so it was a lot easier to build the team. But within 3 seasons, we go all the way. We win the Stanley Cup. And Connor McDavid adds another Conn Smythe to his trophy case. 14 goals, 40 points. He has had multiple 40-point playoff campaigns, which is crazy. And there it is, what should have happened in real life last season. The Edmonton Oilers going all the way, raising the Stanley Cup on home ice in Game 7. And we are going to be able to see Connor McDavid raise it for the first time in his career, as he now forever is a Stanley Cup champion. Obviously, Connor McDavid was our best player, 14 goals and 40 points. Philip Forsberg chipped in with 27. Nuge had 25. TJ Ginla, 22 himself. And Lawson Krause, he did his thing. And for Ilya Sorokin, there it is, a .920 save percentage in the postseason. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this one. How else could you go out in a better way than winning the Stanley Cup with your favorite team in NHL 25? The Oilers got it done in the 3rd season. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave some support on it. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.